What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titans action spawning in the bottom of the map in the blue color, playing as Poseidon. His name is Matreiuss, the Poseidon god himself. His opponent today in the red color, playing as Thor. His name is Suppe. Suppe, the Soupy McSoup. The map is Midgard, and I'm excited to see what these guys are going to come up with. I think of all of the maps, Midgard is definitely one of the highest skill maps in the game. There's lots to do. You got to defend your water. You got to be fighting on land. You got to be making sure you're making the right decisions. There is so many ways to go wrong on this map. And the best way to go about it, for those of you who want to learn how to play water a little bit better, is to really get a flowchart. So think about things in which your opponent can do and ways in which you can react to them. So for example, it's really simple, at least on Midgard, to start off. To start off, you need to get yourself a solid 18 fishing ship, 5:15 to 5:30 advance time. 5 minutes is the best you can get, which you can get with a Thor. But if you want to be more, if you're playing with some of the other civs, maybe it's 5:15 is the best, and then 5:30 if things are a little bit awkward. So that's the starting point. After that, you need to go into your flowchart and say, okay, if my opponent does something that is not on my flowchart, I need to figure out what is the best strat. So the best strat would be some sort of timing attack, which can punish the things that aren't on your flowchart. So then you go, what are the options that my opponent could do that could be necessarily strong? So things like they could go for an early aggressive fight. They could go for an early town center. They could go for a fast heroic age. They could go for a fast mythic age. All these things you have to be looking for, scouting out, and then saying, okay, they're doing that, so I need to do this. And then you will get stronger and stronger and never lose on this map ever again. Unless your opponent is just crazy good at the game and can outplay you in every single area. But for those players who don't have that kind of a flowchart, then things become very, very messy very, very quickly, and that is also exciting to see. So we'll see how these guys are gonna go and what they're going to choose to do in this game. So we're already going to be seeing that second dock getting dropped by Matreiuss. This is very, very standard. The very important thing to do, which Matreiuss does do here, is to scout out where this fish is. So on Midgard, on Anatolia, you want to have your docks nice and close to your fish so that you can garrison them. Defending your fish with archer ships and stuff like that constantly is too much population. So if your opponent wants to invest ships into raiding you, you need to be like, okay, garrison, you're wasting population here. I can get a value elsewhere. That's why you need your docks on top of all of your fishing ships, or fishing locations, I should say. Fishing ships make sense as well. Anyways, Soup's also got his second dock down, spamming out those fish as best as he possibly can. Needs to throw down another house before you put up your temple. You need to have 45 population free before you throw down your temple. That's actually really, really important for the Norse players, as we do see the temple coming down, and you're going to see that Suppe is going to have to stop this. Otherwise, he's going to get housed unless he stops building fishing ships, which it looks like he kind of has. So he might be okay here to get everything up and be fine, but he should definitely be getting all the fish out that he needs. So if we check out how many he's actually got, 7, 8, 11. He's going up to 14 here, so you still need to get yourself up to 18. And there's going to be another 3 spot somewhere over here, right? So, I mean, you can stop at 15 or 14 and be fine, but you want to get that magic number. And you can see Suppe's fine. He's going to be advancing. He's going to be hitting the classical edge a little bit faster. Then, actually, he's going right on the 5 minute. Right, so right on the 5 minute. Perfect. Living the dream. Fantastic. Or just below the 5 minutes. So, completely fine here. You can get another dock up and see what he's going to do. But with the forward temple, it looks like Suppe is going to be looking to be incredibly aggressive against Matreiuss. And he hasn't scouted out Matreiuss's base at all. If we take a look at the weaknesses of Matreiuss's base, he's got himself a gold mine over here with a forest right in front of it. This is a weakness because your opponent's actually got forest fire. So if he drops forest fire onto this location and applies pressure here, not only does he stop this gold mine, but he also potentially stops this gold mine in the back, while securing this gold mine in the front with his buildings and everything. So he can definitely get a very, very nice gold starve against Matreiuss. But Matreiuss does have Hermes, does have ceasefire, so you've got to be a little bit careful about that one there. As what was Matreiuss's advance time? He's actually pretty fast himself. He's only gone 13 fishing ships, though, which is a little bit on the light side. And he does advance incredibly fast as well. So 450 here for Matreiuss. A little bit off meta, but we'll see if it's going to work for him or not here in this game. As we do see the wooden wall getting dropped here, but the villagers sneak out as Suppe is trying his darndest to get as much value out of that forest fire as he possibly could there. But unfortunately for Suppe, nothing gets picked off. And there's even going to be a free handful of militia over here for Matreiuss. So he's going to be super happy about that. And not only that, now Matreiuss's wood line over here is protecting this gold mine beautifully. So he's going to be kicking himself just a little bit for that forest fire. As these villagers can just slowly garrison into the tower. The Theseus is going to come over here and push the Valkyrie away. Looks like Suppe is dropping all of his longhouses. I imagine he's already got Persine. No Persine is a big mistake here. Matreiuss, on the other hand, no Persine himself. Both players lacking on that one. I feel like that is the first, second, third upgrade you have to be grabbing. And most important of everything here is Matreiuss is looking like he might be attempting to go straight to the next age. No, he's dropping a stable down. I don't actually hate the idea of rushing to the heroic age here, because if your opponent goes for raiding cavalry, or if your opponent goes for Ulfsark here, you can go for Prodromus, or you can go for Hippaspis straight away and have a really, really nice time. But while this is going on, we do see the Trireme pushing in onto this position over here, going to take down these longboats quite nicely. 3 to 2. You're going to be kind of equal, but the boats need to attack the same thing. You can actually take down these Trireme kind of fine here, but see some more longboats popping out here for Suppe as he's attempting to push these Trireme away. Matreiuss gets a little bit of damage done, but Suppe's defending it nicely here as more units going to be popping out here, looking to push in onto this position, the archery range. And Military Academy getting dropped down now for Matreiuss as those militia coming in, those free militia that were created there, to be able to defend this one nicely as Suppe has to retreat away. He's going very aggressive here. He's got himself 5 Hursa, 6 raiding cavalry, 7, 8 raiding cavalry here. We'll see if he's going to be able to get in here and get any damage done as the Valkyrie does spot something in the back there. Snipes 1 villager as a Military Academy coming up here as well. As Matreiuss is like, well, better try and spend all my resources. No pickaxe just yet for Matreiuss, as the population differential here, 90 to 60-ish. Big advantage for Suppe here, but he needs to convert this advantage, because right now the advantage is in resources spent. Because Matreiuss has got tons of resources in the bank. He's going to be able to catch up in this population differential very, very easily here. As the Matreiuss Trireme is going to continue hitting the raids over on this location, as Suppe has to retreat back. Still seeing if he can get in here and get some good damage done. The longboat says, get out of here. It's just 1 though, so Matreiuss can turn around and snipe this if he so chooses. But right now, a little bit of a lull before the storm. Matreiuss pushing out maybe a little bit too early here. 83 of 95 population has caught up nice. He does have infantry units, which all have decent armor, 30%, 34%, super good. So they're going to be able to deal with those raiding cavalry fairly easily here as the units are taking this fight right now. We'll see how this one's going to go. Both players feeling like it's a decent fight for them to take. But while this fight goes on, we see medium infantry come through in the middle of this fight. That also impacts the militia, who get an extra bit of HP, going to 110 HP, and hack damage up to 7.7. So that's enough to push Suppe away, and Matreiuss wins that early game fight there, as now Suppe actually has to start thinking about getting himself throwing axemen or something. But Suppe has made the correct decision to make houses in his base. He's got himself an armor in his base as well, and the time it takes to kill off these long houses is going to be enough time for Suppe to defend, it would seem, as these 2 longboats going to be trying to chase down the enemy Trireme here. That's 3 Trireme versus 2, but they're very low HP, so that might be in favor of Suppe here. Suppe's going to be looking for some fishing ships to kill over there, but Matreiuss already garrisoning there as he notices those going by. The rest of these buildings going to get taken down, as we see the temple getting rebuilt over here by Suppe. He's got a lot of resources in the bank, but he does need the wood in order to rebuild his longhouses and everything else in here. How's his armory upgrades looking? Hasn't gotten anything just yet. No armor upgrades or anything like that, as the longboats pushing through here. Matreiuss garrisoning his fishing ships nicely. Going to be ungarrisoning them, I'm sure, as the longboats move through there. One way that isn't a bad idea when you're doing this is if you see this location here, you just put your longboat, 1 longboat here on passive stance, 1 longboat here on passive stance, 1 longboat here on passive stance, and that way you cut the fishing ship economy until your opponent reacts to it. So that's an easy way to get those raids happening without even having to think about it. A little bit of automation on the micro, as some people might like. As the Longhouse over here going to get taken down. Over here we see the Valkyrie shanking away as it's going to get taken down, but gets a couple of villager kills here. That's a nice little win there for Suppe. But Matreiuss looks like he's pushing ahead nicely. He's actually right in the main base of Suppe. He's actually going up through Skadi here. So the game's not over for Suppe. Getting access to Skadi means access to Huskal, access to Frost Giants, and obviously access to heavy infantry. It's going to be a really, really good thing to grab against this unit composition. As we see some more longhouses coming up. Villagers in the top corner of the map going to be hunting on these walrus here. Did Suppe get himself any upgrades? Yes, he did. He get himself hunting dogs and pig sticker to eat all of that hunt as fast as he possibly can. As Suppe's retreating away on this location, maybe going to come up onto this gold mine over here. As the temple's getting targeted down, the question is, will it go down in time? It looks like it will not here, as the Frost Giant does spawn. No denial of that one there, but Matreiuss might be forcing a defensive Frost here as he's continuing to put pressure in. The infantry getting garrisoned there as the Longhouse over here was denied. And right now, Suppe's just struggling for resources just a little bit here, as Matreiuss also struggling for resources. Both players in a bit of a battle town here. Matreiuss getting himself a second town center. I think that's a big mistake from Matreiuss. Going for that second town center here effectively means he's going to be relatively stuck in this classical age. He's lost a lot of his fishing economy as his fishing ships have come back out for the time being, but he's losing more and more of those as the army is pushing around here, taking down the ox carts, taking down the villages. There's this gold mine over here that needs to get looked at as well. Gold mines over here could be potentially snuck by Suppe, but he does know about that. I would probably go for the forward gold mine over the back gold mine here a little bit, as the units searching around here. Matreiuss does know there's no gold getting gathered from in the main base at the moment, so you might be able to realize that and start looking to hit gold villages elsewhere. But the Frost Giant does get taken down. Suppe with plenty of resources in the back. Is there a world where going for a market here is actually the play? He makes an Ulfsark out of his town center, trying to get these longhouses up, as Matreiuss is just denying this completely. What's the unit over here? We've got a stray Valkyrie on this location checking out the town center there. As the watchtower does go down, this longhouse finally comes up for Suppe, but he is struggling mightily here. I could imagine either Tyr or Ragnarok being really, really strong at this point, because look at this. Matreiuss's gold villages here, easily able to get killed off. However, there is the ceasefire to worry about, as the villagers on this location do get spotted. Suppe's going to be turning around, starting to shank away here, as Matreiuss gets a little bit of micro in here. He's going to do a lot of damage to these gold villages, as Suppe is seemingly not even caring that he's going to be losing all of these. This is not good for Suppe at all. Matreiuss is going to be pushing away even further in this game, as this Valkyrie going to start taking down some villages, as Matreiuss trying to get himself up to 3 town centers here, as the longboats do manage to take down even more fishing ships over here. The villagers retreating on this location here. We do have ourselves medium Ulfsark in right now for Suppe. He doesn't have a temple. He can't be making himself Frost Giants. He's going to be losing docks over here as well, as the longboats getting good damage done here. And more villagers getting picked off here, as Matreiuss's raids are starting to look very, very scary. More ox carts coming in onto this position, but they're going to get sniped down nicely, as Matreiuss is putting his foot on the gas pedal here. Over here we see more villagers getting taken out, but Theseus has come in to deal with this Valkyrie, as the town center going to be continuing to come up, but 3 Ulfsark coming in. That'll be enough to put a stop to this town center for the time being here. Where did Suppe manage to get that longhouse? No way. It's still in his base, making more and more of those Ulfsarks to push and get more damage done. The villagers over here still fighting on this location. We see a defensive Frost being forced here, as Suppe needs time to get his Ulfsark out to defend this location over here. We see the longboats coming in onto this position over here, taking out the hippocampus there, as the dock is going to be able to get targeted down after this one. We see some walls coming in. Heavy infantry has come through now for Suppe, as he's going to be finishing up these walls over here. Meanwhile, town center gets denied. Villagers coming back in onto this position. There's a handful of units here, but I feel like 8 heavy Ulfsark might actually win this one. Still no armory upgrades for either player here, as the hoplites will be retreating away as the Ulfsark start taking this fight, but more units coming in for Matreiuss. We'll see if he's going to be able to defend this one. We'll see some Toxotes or archery ranges coming up here to help defend this location. We'll see if it's going to happen or not, as over here the Ulfsarks have moved in, and they will be able to clean up the majority of these units that are going to attempt to retreat away. Meanwhile, on the defensive front here for Matreiuss, he does manage to hold that one as the villagers are going to be able to get onto this town center and continue in this game. Meanwhile, the units here for Matreiuss going to be swinging around this location looking for something else to take out the dock. There is one dock over here, but look at this. Suppe is long distance fishing from this location all the way over here. He needs to put another dock back down as Suppe's continuing to build those dwarves, ready to chuck his own second town center down over here as the longboats pushing forward, going to attempt to get this fishing ship and take that one out. We'll see if that's going to be the case or not. Meanwhile, the Ulfsark coming through here, going to attempt to take down these hoplites and see what he can do there. As the villagers moving forward, they get the town center. They're going to grab this hunt, and Matreiuss's economy is gigantic right now. Really no fishing economy, but 3 town centers. A big advantage where that's concerned. These units over here are going to be looking to try and target down this ox cart again. Maybe sacrificing into that could be an option just to slow down that gold economy of Suppe even more, as he is very much struggling here. We see the Ulfsark, or not the Ulfsark, the hoplite Toxote army of Matreiuss checking out this gold mine. Nothing there at this point as the units are still pushing that one away. Suppe's going to attempt to get this town center now. He might be okay here actually. While he's going to get up, he could potentially get up to 3 town centers here himself and be completely fine in this game. The problem is going to be this gold mine expires. Where can he go for gold? His home base has got a little bit left in it. This bottom, what's a bottom? This bottom gold mine over here could get taken out as well, as we see these units going to be moving in, and they will spot this town center coming up just as Suppe drops it. Nice awareness there by Matreiuss to spot that one as the town center over here does come up. These Ulfsark are getting completely cleaned over here though, as it looks like the town center is going to get left to its own devices there, as Matreiuss doesn't spot it, or he does notice it now, because you can see, look at that, he sees the town center on the way up, the units pushing in here. Will this be enough though? 10 Ulfsark versus over 10 classical age Greek units there. Seems a little bit too much there, as Suppe's going to be retreating away. Going to be looking to raid this food situation over here, as now the units pushing in onto this position. We do have ourselves a little bit of raiding cavalry. A couple of raiding cavalry here to take out those Toxotes. We'll see if they're going to be able to do anything at all useful over here. As the units pushing through. The question, I mean, if Suppe can't hold this, he runs out of gold and things are really, really tough. As the Ulfsark over here going to continue to run around. That's a lot of population there, as the villagers getting pulled off. Going to start shanking away here as the raiding cavalry going to push around onto those Toxotes. Nice marker there by Suppe to get over onto them. But the question is it going to be enough here or not, as the ox cart getting slowly but surely taken out on this position here, as the town center does end up going down. And that's kind of that. The ox cart's going to go down. The gold mine's going to go down. Suppe's got a fair amount of resources in the bank, but I imagine Matreiuss is close to advancing to the next stage. He does have his armory. He's probably got some armory upgrades. No armory upgrades just yet. Aphrodite going to be coming through here for Matreiuss, as Suppe is desperately trying to hold on over here. Meanwhile, these Ulfsark still distracting over here nicely, but Matreiuss with a lot of population on the front. He's still 144 of 145 population, trying to rebuild these fishing ships as those longboats are continuing to push around here and taking down those fishing ships that were created. Nice play by Suppe to be aware that he should be doing that. Now he's able to start thinking about those frost giants, but he pushes back the units over here. He's able to get his gold mine back. He's in an okay position, but he's still going to want this town center up at some point. Matreiuss is actually going to be building it for himself now. As he's going through Aphrodite, he's going to have access to those Hypaspists in order to deal with any Ulfsark that are coming out. There's a raiding cavalry coming through for Suppe. Going to see what he can do here as he's trying to push through. And Suppe is unfortunately still really struggling for food and for resources. He's getting his dock back down there finally, but we do see some raids coming through onto this position. They're going to clean up all of those dwarves. There's more villagers going to come over there. I'm surprised he didn't go onto this gold mine to begin with here, but still pushing forward. Aphrodite in now for Matreiuss. Plenty of resources in the bank. We'll see a marker getting dropped shortly, I'm sure, as Earthquake here is going to be a really, really easy way for Matreiuss to convert an advantage here. We do see the curse being dropped. Couple of pigs here for these players to be eating if they so choose. Got Fortress getting dropped as well here for Matreiuss. Maybe simply just to be building the heroes out at this point as an idea instead of using his town centers, but also to defend this gold mine nicely. As Suppe is looking like he's well, he's still kind of not stabilized at all, as this gold mine has been consistently denied. We see the fortress gets denied here, but Soup has to retreat now, and the fortress is still going to go back up here. So unfortunately for Soup, not able to make too much of it there, as Matreiuss now, he's getting himself fortified town centers. Farms getting thrown down here. He doesn't have any upgrades, but he is getting himself the plow, so that'll be, those upgrades will be coming through very, very fast here, I would assume. No market just yet, plenty of gold in the bank, so he can think about buying food here if he so chooses as the game continues. Soup here still struggling for resources, still sending villagers over onto this gold mine. Those villagers are getting taken out nicely. The army here for Soup going to be looking to grab this town center or take down this town center, but Matreiuss right now is 150 of 160 population. He should be able to react and defend that one here, as the army going to push in here, going to try and take down this town center, as it looks like Soup has actually turned around to come back and clean up this army here. You might get a big surround over here, as Matreiuss not paying attention, still trying to take down this town center. The raiding cavalry coming in here, going to hit these units beautifully. Is there a retreat path here? The answer is not really, as the Frost Giants are in. Hits the Nemean line, prevents that one there. The villagers popping out here for Soup, going to attempt to take down these Toxotes on the back. There's the heavy Toxotes. That's going to help out a whole lot there for Soup, as he's going to continue to shank away here. And we'll see how he's going to go defending this one here. Meanwhile, Matreiuss, is he advancing? No, he's not. He's still pushing forward. There's no gold mines right now for Soup. He's finished up the gold tier. He can't get the gold tier because Matreiuss has already walled it off. He does have a gold mine over here with just a little bit left, but running out of those villages here has been too much. And in that moment, Soup does decide 86 population, 0 gold, and no dream. That's going to be the game there, as Matreiuss manages to make it work. This is one of the more chaotic mid guards I've ever seen, as Soup just kind of tried to create a lot of chaos, but when he lost those forward buildings, he wasn't able to rebuild them. That was really where Matreiuss was able to take the tempo and just continue to apply it onto Soup, because Soup still had the resources to spend. He just didn't have the buildings or production to spend it, and that was pretty much enough for Matreiuss to take this game. I feel like this game could have gone crazy late if Soup had just had buildings up, and it could have been an absolutely wild game to watch. But just simply put, he didn't build those buildings back here after he lost them fast enough, and that's the game. If you guys enjoyed this one, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next game.